So, okay, the questions. Let me read the questions. Okay, how not to make mud from when I paint? All right, I think most of us, when we paint in our circle, we like to use a lot of water and spray bottles. And this really, when you overdo it, it can create mud. This is one thing. And it also, the colors lose their luminosity, so spray a little bit. And also, when you take red, yellow, and blue, it creates brown. And mud sometimes looks like brown. So unless you want to create brown, if you put these kind of colors together, or you put colds and worms together, this also can create mud. Unless some of the worm color, like yellow, there are different kinds of yellow, but this is I don't know if you can see, it's a Hansa yellow. It's actually like lemon hue, and this is a cold color. So if you mix it with the blues, it will create green. If you mix it with red, it will create oranges. So I think this can work. This can work okay, but still I really try to not overdo. Like I will do part of my painting warm colors, part cold color, but also some are very different. Like some of the cold reds create amazing colors. Like if I take magenta and I mix it with phthalo turquoise, it creates an amazing purple. So it's a warm and a cold, but they work together because the magenta has a bluish tone in it. And the turquoise has a little bit of yellow. So it's not totally cold and not totally warm. Try this, it's gorgeous. And you know what, if we're talking about browns, there is a kind of brown that some of the old masters used to use. And this is the crimson and the sap green. They make a beautiful brown. And sometimes I use it for shading and I mix it with yellow ochre. Crimson and sap green. Okay, now Nina. Nina asked, let me find her question. I would love to hear a bit about color combinations, which I often find myself struggling with. I don't want to get into that. It's a long question and a very long answer. I've learned this in many, many classes. Like there is a whole school and a whole knowledge about how to combine colors and how the warm colors pops out in the painting and how the yellow pops up even more, and how the cold colors, they recede back. I'm just trying to say it really quickly. And also color combinations. Every artist has their own color combination, and they try and they play with it. And Nina, I know your paintings, your palette is very bright and happy. So it seems like your combinations are beautiful, like you're finding them, and it's an experiment. And another thing to do is like see a landscape or a photograph that you are attracted to the colors, and find out the colors that are in there and try painting like this, painting with the colors that you see. Okay, Gretchen. I hope I'm saying the name right. I'm curious about your process combining painting with shamanic journeying, spirit animals that you mentioned on the last Moon Priestess class. Zoom meeting, are you including any of that in the Moon Magic class? So this is going to be the next class that I'm going to do, which will be connected. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do it because I really want to paint. I'm teaching a lot. I just want to go in the studio and paint that. And I have a few paintings, like the one behind me. I don't know if you see it very well. It's a woman with a raven. And I was in a shamanic class, and the raven came as my animal guide. And what I did.
Show it here.
Okay.
Is it visible?
My
Yeah.
raven.
Okay.
And in the class, we were doing a shamanic journey, and I met the raven, and I rushed home. And what I did is what I learned in that class is to imagine the animal kind of coming and sitting on your, like the head of the animal is on your head, and you see through its eyes, and you kind of invite and invoke that vision. And it's not that I always paint the animal, but I paint through the eyes of the animal. And it really surprised me what came through me, because I would never imagine painting such a painting that came through when I called the raven in. So it's in the making. It's not in the making yet. It's in the making here and here and here. Okay. Catherine Lake. I always have a great curiosity about the actual final stages of finishing processes that artists go through. In the past, I've gotten many of my creations or my art to almost finish, but lost the juice or energy, or just didn't know what to do to bring it to completion. How do you know you are finished? Or what do you do to get back to an older painting's energy again? That's the $1 million question. Let me continue, because she's answering some of them. I've begun to really notice that the energetics of my paintings and have found, as I've had need or desire to complete, they often get more clear about their message. There are so many ways to approach this, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I think there are many ways to approach it. I know. Well, I have so many paintings like that. I have paintings that are waiting for me to complete. And one painting were waiting for me for 6 years. And all I had to do was a little blue something on top of the head, and the painting was completed. But it took me 6 years. Well, it's not happening, and I hope it won't happen anymore, because it was hard to wait. It was a beautiful painting that I loved. And some paintings, I feel like I lost the juice, yes. And then I realized, well, maybe they are finished. Maybe the energy is gone because they're done. Maybe I don't have to overdo it and make it more and more pretty. Maybe I can go to the next painting. Another thing is that I have some paintings like that. Sometimes it's really just a little thing I need to do. And they sit and they sit and they sit until I get it. I get it. And I realize it's a small thing that brought the magic into the painting. Another thing I do is to invoke again, to go into ceremony, to go into inside, and to call the spirit of the painting, to call my muse and see what it is I want to do. And sometimes I really have to let go of what I had there before and just be courageous. And you know, because sometimes we're afraid to ruin it. And so I did ruin a few paintings by being too courageous. But you know, it was just me, because I think the painting was incredible. I just didn't feel the magic in it, so I painted another painting over it. So I'm sure some of you have also things to add if you want to add it, if you want to talk about it in my group, the Art is My Medicine, or here. I think I would love to hear from you too about it. And let's see, there was another question. Maybe I'll do just another question and we'll finish with that. But Catherine is asking about the size of the painting, because she feels, I'll just summarize it. She usually, she likes to paint big, or I like to paint on huge canvases. But what is the advantage of painting on small ones? So I have a lot of small ones, and they're very quick. It's quick, and you don't feel like, you feel more free, like you're not afraid to to ruin it because it's not such a big investment. It's not a lot of paint. It's not a huge canvas, and it's not a big deal. And it also sells very quickly if you want to sell them, the small ones. So I love to play with small ones, and I can do my experiments on the small ones. Maybe color combination that I want to try. Maybe a new paste that I want to try. So I hope I've answered some of your questions. I really don't want to take a lot of your time. It's almost a half an hour now, and I just want to, if you have any question here, let's see if you have any question. Any question? You want to ask me anything? When do we get the supply list? Oh, it's whoever registered to Moon Magic, the supply list is on the page, on the sales page in the Thinkific, in my course site. I will post it again in Art is My Medicine group, and I will send you the list also, but it's already there. So Moon Magic is going to begin on the 19th, and you're welcome to check the link in my post here and come visit. And if you want any of the early bird prize or bonuses, I would love to have you with me. And please feel free to send me any question you like privately or in Art is My Medicine group. I just want to see if there's any other. Oh, Valentina is saying that her body was a wreck, and thank you, Yael. It really helped her.
Thank you.
And Claudia is asking, Moon Magic, is it life? Moon Magic, it is. Oh, okay, I see. Thank you so much. It's not a question. Okay, I think that's it for now. Just a second, Valentina, returning to an old painting after your skills have improved. Oh, wow. You know what? There's so many.
It now. We can tell them.
Right, yeah, Ellie's doing it now. She's returning. Maybe she can do it.
I can share.
But I just want to say that you know that raven that I show you, the woman with the raven, was an old painting. She had a red flower behind her. She was naked completely. And I just came with this raven, and it just, it came over me, and I just changed it. So sure, why not? And let's hear from Yael about it.
Okay. So I started painting. I like the Sacred Feminine. I did a workshop a couple of years ago. Before that, I painted only sacred geometry, which is completely different technique. And I had a painting. And after I completed it, I was really afraid to touch it. It was not complete. The hair was not really there. If you had seen actually the video series of hair, I was asking questions about it, and Michal was instructing me on how to fix it. And actually, she did a demo after she spoke to me. So now I really know how to do it. When she explained it was really, I didn't really see what she meant.
It was in front of the camera.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. So I'm going to fix what I already did. I'm going to fix that. And I really feel that I've made several pictures by now, paintings of figures, and my skill has improved. So I'm improving this picture, and I was so afraid to touch it. I mean, it was my first one.
You actually did a second one, and you've changed it. The witch, the powerful woman.
The powerful, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, but yeah, I improved it. I did a statue, and then I turned it into a live woman. Yeah, so I do that. I would improve anything.
Thank you, Yael.
You're welcome.
So I really just want to thank you. Thank you so much for coming to this live. Thank you so much, and I feel so happy. I did it. I did the live event, and all of you, people that I love, are here. So, so thank you, and stay in touch if there is anything you want to say.
Bye.
Well, she wants to say goodbye too.
And I want to say goodbye, and thank you for all of you who participated in my little dance exercise.
And if you want to see more of Yael, she's in Magic also.
Yes, and also you can look me up on my Facebook page. So I have connection to some of my just dancing videos, my troupe.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are.